स्मरण करें। और विशाखा देवी के बारे में भी प्रातः काल में हम
So also we heard about Vishakha Devi yesterday also. I mean, sorry, today early in the morning.
अभी गिरिराज गोवर्धन के बारे में
So now Srila Raghunath Das Goswami is speaking about Giriraj Govardhan. He's praying to Giriraj Govardhan.
क्योंकि शास्त्र में कहा गया एकमात्र गिरिराज गोवर्धन
Shastra explains,
कृपा से
only by the mercy of Giriraj Govardhan
हम कृष्ण की सेवा प्राप्त कर सकते
we are able to serve Krishna.
क्योंकि महातेर कृपा बिना कोनो कर्म भक्ति नहीं,
So
भक्ति दूरे रहु संसार नहीं खाए। महातों की कृपा बिना
without the mercy of the Mahats, the great personalities,
संसार दशा हम नष्ट नहीं हो सकता, क्षय नहीं हो सकता, नहीं।
our samsara dasha, our material stage, like our material desires, it will not even be destroyed.
जब तक हृदय में संसार की सुख भोगने के लिए इच्छा रहेगी,
Until we have this desire to enjoy this material world,
यह अपराध दिव्य
then
राधा गोविंद की लीला रस माधुर्य आस्वादन
we will not be able to relish the transcendental pastimes and transcendental love of Radha and Krishna. So Raghunath Das Goswami is saying, who is the best Mahats, best devotee, or best great personality in Vraj? Is Giriraj Govardhan. Giriraj Govardhan.
प्रकार की सेवा दी।
He is serving Krishna in all ways, Giriraj Govardhan.
गिरिनि पहरिदास श्रेणी वर्जेति नामा अमृतम इदं मुदितं श्री राधा वक्त्र चंद्रत ब्रज तिलक कपि क्लिप्त वेद स्फुटं
So 9 verse, Manashiksha.
निवासनं देवी गोवर्धन बस प्रार्थना।
So Gurudev is in reading Manashiksha, and we find this prayer to Giriraj Govardhan also.
दशक ग्रंथ में श्री रघुनाथ दास गोस्वामी गिरिराज गोवर्धन के निकट अत्यंत
How Raghunath Das Goswami, with
होकर के
like very humbly, he's saying,
क्यों कि
page 96, Manashiksha English.
जुगल
How
की सेवा
Giriraj Govardhan, he serves the divine couple.
प्रमोद मदन लीला कंदरे कंदरे जन्म इतकील करुणार्थ लग्न कस्तु दयोर में निज निकट निवासनम देहि गोवर्धनतम है। जितने भी हमारे रसिक आचार्य है
From all our Asika acharyas, all of them,
गोवर्धन की एक विशेष महत्व बताया।
they speak about the speciality and the glories of Giriraj Govardhan.
वेणुगीत कथा प्रसंग में सन राधा जी की मुखारविंद से
So in the context of Venu Gita, Shukadeva Goswami told how Srimati Radhika herself glorified Giriraj Govardhan.
सुखदेव गोस्वामी परीक्षित महाराज के
Shukadeva Goswami told Parikshit Maharaj, told him this verse.
हरिदास वर्ज जद राम कृष्ण चरण परस प्रमोदम मानं तनति सह गोपगणै पानीय सुजवस कंदर कंदमूलै हंताय उद्री अबला हरिदास वर्ज जद राम कृष्ण चरण स्पर्श प्रमोद। इस श्लोक में
This verse, in this verse, Srimati Radhika herself, she's describing the glories of Giriraj Govardhan. She's amazed. Srimati Radhika is amazed, astonished. She's describing the glories of Giriraj. Oh my friends, let's go. We are abala. We are
बल नहीं हमारा
weak. We don't have any power. We are weak. Oh my friends, let's do one thing.
शिष्ट
Let's go to the best great personality, the best servant of Krishna, Giriraj Govardhan. Let's take shelter of him.
हंताय उद्री
Hantayam Adir Abala Haridasa Varjo. This verse.
हरिदासों में
He is the best amongst all the Haridasa, the servants of Lord Shri Hari.
क्योंकि गिरिराज गोवर्धन जैसे सेवा की
The service that Giriraj Govardhan performs, no one in the past nor in the future was able to serve like him.
गर्मी के समय
In the summertime,
सुंदर सुशीतल स्निग्ध झरना प्रकाश कर देते
Giriraj manifests waterfalls with water with a perfect
परिश्रम
temperature. So in the summertime, the friends of Krishna, they are tired or they are thirsty and they are feeling hot and they can refresh themselves in these waterfalls of Giriraj Govardhan.
गिरिराज गोवर्धन की
And also the cows, they also take shelter in the shadows of Giriraj Govardhan, the shadow made by Giriraj.
साथ गिरिराज गोवर्धन
Sorry, even the Sakas also, and the friends of Krishna, they perform many pastimes of hide and seek. Hide and seek in the caves of Giriraj.
खेल खेलते थे।
They are playing like this with Krishna in the caves of Giriraj.
मदन लीला और अनेक प्रकार की जो है
And also many kinds, Krishna also performs many kinds of
कंदरा में
amorous pastimes with the gopis in the caves of Giriraj.
गिरिराज गोवर्धन मानो साक्षात उसके साक्षी रूप में है।
Giriraj is the witness.
राधा आदि गोपियों के साथ और कृष्ण के साथ जो दान के लिए लीला
This Dan Keli Leela, these
गिरिराज गोवर्धन
pastimes of Radha and Krishna,
निकट हो गए।
they take place in Giriraj Govardhan. I think Dan Keli is tax collecting,
ये
right?
समस्त
Pastime.
लीला गिरिराज गोवर्धन
So all these leelas, they happen in the lap of on the lap of Giriraj.
हे गिरिराज गोवर्धन देखो,
Page 96.
मुख चंद्र से भी वर्णन किया गया हंता उद्री अबला हरिदास वर्ज इत्यादि रूप में आपका आप हरिदास
Oh Giriraj, you are the best. Giriraj Govardhan, the nectar of your name is Haridas Varja, the best of the servants of Shri Krishna, has been manifested directly from the lotus mouth of Srimati Radhika when she uttered the words
दूसरी
Hantayam Madri Abala Haridasa Varja.
श्रीमान
So the Bhagavatam explains about 3 Haridas. One was
प्रेम तथा
Judhishthir Maharaj, second Uddhav. Uddhav is he who was sent to Vraj by Krishna himself. And when he saw the love of gopis and Srimati Radhika, Uddhava again and again he was bowing his head like pranam, obeisances to the feet of Srimati Radhika and gopis. Uddhava was praying even to become a herb, grass in Vraj.
वृंदावन किंग भी गुलमल तो सजना जा दुष्ट जसजना आर्य पतंच हित्वा भेज मुकुंद पदवी श्रुति भी विग्राम श्रुतियों की जो अन्वेषणीय वस्तु जो है खोजने की वस्तु और उद्धव
So the Shrutis are searching for this attainment
गोवर्धन
of the mood of the gopis. And Uddhava also, he's also praying to Srimati Radhika to attain also the same mood. This mood of Srimati Radhika and the gopis. So Uddhava, he's called
हरिदास
Haridas
तर कहा जाता है
Tara.
और हरिदास
Like
कौन है
Judhishthir Maharaj is servant of Hari. Uddhava is Haridas Tara. He's better than Judhishthir Maharaj. And Giriraj, he's Haridas Varja.
हैं? क्या बोल युधिष्ठिर
He is
महाराज
the-
हरिदास
So Judhishthir Maharaj is Haridas, servant of Hari. Uddhava, he's Haridas Tara. He's better than Judhishthir. And Haridas Tamma is like the Varja, the best servant is Giriraj Govardhan.
इसलिए कह रहे हैं ये अतः गोवर्धन आप मुझे अपने ही निकट निवास स्थान प्रदान करने की कृपा
Thus, all the Vedas have established you as the fresh tilak mark adorning the forehead of Vraj.
स्थान देख
Therefore, O Govardhan, kindly grant me residence by your side.
इस चरण कमल में
Raghunatha Das Goswami prays that Govardhan will cause ecstatic love for the lotus feet of Shri Radha Krishna to awaken in his heart.
भी प्रार्थना
So page 96, Manashiksha in English.
राधा कुंड और गोवर्धन के दर्शन स्मरण और
Last paragraph. By seeing, remembering and reciting the glories of Shri Radha Kunda and Giriraj Govardhan, one obtains Prema Bhakti that is steeped in the mood of Raganuga.
स्मरण करते रहे
So the Raganuga sadhakas, they have to think about this.
क्योंकि शास्त्र में कहा गया राग मार्ग के भक्ति के कहा जाता
Should remember the pastime place of Krishna, because
है
these pastime places, they bestow firm attachments for the lotus feet of Radha Krishna. The path of Raganuga is a path of smarana, remembrance. So we have to remember all these pastimes.
स्थान है वो सभी
So all the places wherein Shri Krishna enacted his transcendental pastimes bestow firm attachments for the lotus feet of Radha Krishna Jugal. Therefore, one should always remember them with great love.
विशेष करके सर्वोत्तम स्थान
Especially the highest place is the Radha Kunda.
वर्णन हो रहा है वृंदा विपिनं सुरमपि तस्य मानसी गोवर्धनम वृंदा विपिनं सुरम्योपि श्रीमान गिरिराज गोवर्धन का वृंदा विपिनं सुरम्योपि तत्श्रीमान श्री गोवर्धन है। वृंदावन की शोभा क्या है?
What is the beauty of Vrindavan? Why Vrindavan is so glorious and so beautiful? Because Giriraj Govardhan is in Vraj.
तत्श्रीमान श्री गोवर्धन। यदि गिरिराज गोवर्धन की
If Giriraj Govardhan was not in Vraj,
वृंदावन की महत्व क्या है?
then Vrindavana wouldn't be glorious as it is.
इसलिए कहते हैं रघुनाथ दास गोस्वामी श्लोक में लिख रहे हैं
Raghunatha Das Goswami, he wrote in this verse,
अपि सुरम्योपि तत्श्रीमान श्री गोवर्धन तो रासस्त का किवा अन्नई अहो वो गिरिराज
Oh.
गोवर्धन की तलवाटी में जो रास भूमि जो है
this Ras Bhumi,
गोवर्धन की
like Giriraj,
कौन सा रास है?
is the place of the Rasa Leela.
वासंतिक
The Vasantik Ras, spring season Rasa Leela took place in Giriraj. The spring season, sorry, the autumn Rasa Leela took place in Vrindavan. It's called Saradiya Ras,
पंचायती रास कहा जाता
also called Panchayati Ras.
है। पंचायती रास अथवा
The Panchayati Ras, or also called
जो रास
autumn season Rasa Leela,
शारदीय रास
Saradiya Ras took place in Vrindavan. In this Rasa Leela, many kinds of sakis they gathered, they joined this Ras.
जो विपक्ष
Swapaksha, Vipaksha, Tatastapaksha, Suhridapaksha.
है और मुनिचरी श्रुतिचरी
Municharis, also Shruticharis.
और अनेक प्रकार के गोपियों की समावेश हुई।
Many kinds of gopis they gathered in the Ras.
पंचायती रास कहा जाता है।
So it's called Panchayati Ras,
श्रीमद् भागवत
Saradiya Ras.
श्रील सुखदेव गोस्वामी
In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Shukadeva Goswami Pad, in the 10th canto,
33 अध्याय तक जो रासलीला कथा वर्णन
this Rasa Leela Katha he explained
उसके रास पंचदश
from the 29th chapter into the 33 chapter. So chapter 29 to chapter 33 of the 10th canto Bhagavatam, it's the Rasa Leela Katha.
प्रकार उसकी कथा रास
5 chapters.
पंच प्राण स्वरूप कहा जाता है।
It's called the Pancha Pran Sarupa, 5 life-air. You know, because 5 chapters, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33 chapter from 10th canto.
वर्धन की तलाटी में प्रकाश किया।
And Krishna manifested this Rasa Leela, the topmost Rasa Leela on the banks of, sorry, on the lap of Giriraj.
जैसा हमारी जय
Spring season Rasa Leela, this Rasa Leela of spring season was described
ये बसंत
described by Jayadev Goswami in his book, Gita Govinda.
बसंत रास में सपक्ष और
In the Basantik Ras, the Swapaksha, Vipaksha,
गोपियों की समावेश
only Swapaksha and Vipaksha were there.
है। जिस रास को दर्शन करने के लिए चंद्र भी
To see the gopis in this Rasa Leela, even the moon stopped moving.
कृष्ण के प्रपुत्र
So remembering this pastime, the great grandson of Krishna, Vajranab, he created a beautiful lake in the place, which is called Chandra Sarovar.
है चंद्र आए ना उधर सुल्तान
That place where Suradas also used to perform his bhajan, it's there until nowadays.
भजन स्थली भी है।
It's the place of bhajan of Suradas, also his samadhi is also there.
लीला ललाम भी है।
That is the place of transcendental pastimes. So beautiful that place, Chandra Sarovar.
इसके गिरिराज गोवर्धन की दुनिया में वासना हुई। उसके कहा जाता है वासंतिक रास। समय भी बहुत सुंदर है वसंत का
So the time is also very
मेरे जमुना तीरे
beautiful.
बने वनमाली
The spring season time is a very beautiful moment.
अपराध
So
लीला ललाम भूमि
that place of the transcendental pastimes of Lord,
कितने सुंदर वो स्थान
so beautiful that place.
है जहाँ पर श्याम
It's so beautiful. That place where Krishna himself
कौतूहल करके राधा जी के साथ प्रेम विहार आदि
he's performing pastimes of the gopis.
है गीत गोविंद में ये समस्त वर्णन कर
Gita Govinda describes all this.
चार प्रकार के नायिका के भाव और नायक के भाव
So 4 kinds of hero moods: mood of hero, Naika, Nayak,
आठ प्रकार
and 8 kinds of mood of heroine, Naika.
नायिका के भाव वहीं पर प्रकाशित किया है। अष्टांगिक 8 प्रकार के नायिका के भाव वहीं पर वर्णन। गीत गोविंद नाटक में इसमें तो वर्णन करते
In the Gita Govinda we see this explanation.
ग्रंथ में अपूर्व अति मनोहर है।
The book Gita Govinda is so beautiful. It attracts all the hearts.
सर्व जीवों के रतिप्रद ऐसे सुंदर लीला को वहाँ पर प्रकाश।
Sorry, Gita Govinda is describing about this pastime, which is the Rasa Leela that attracts everyone's hearts and is supremely radiant, amazing.
ये तात्पर्य है कृष्ण की गिरिराज गोवर्धन की तलहटी
So, on the bank of Giriraj Govardhan,
सर्वोच्च स्थान माना जाता है।
Krishna
उससे सर्वोत्तम स्थान कहाँ पर?
performed this highest pastime, the Rasa Leela. But even higher than Govardhan is the Radha Kunda.
सुरमोपि तत्श्रीमानसी गोवर्धन है। वृंदावन से श्रेष्ठ कौन सा स्थान है?
What is higher than Vrindavan? Giriraj Govardhan is higher than Vrindavan. That place where Krishna have performed
रास
the beautiful spring season Rasa Leela.
है। कहते हैं जितने भी तीर्थ स्थल है समस्त
So from all the Tirtha styles,
किया जाए
if you put all the pilgrimage places in one side of the scale, and if you put only one dust of the Radha Kunda in the other side of the scale, still
बराबर नहीं।
they cannot be even.
किमतम रास अन्न स्थली। और क्या बात बताएं?
What else can I tell? Can I say?
सा रास स्थली का वह रास स्थल है कितने मधुर है।
How sweet is that place where the Rasa Leela take place? Those leelas that take place in the Radha Kunda,
अतुल्य
they are incomparable pastimes, especially the pastimes in the lunchtime. Madhyana Leela,
की पराकाष्ठा
where we see the topmost service of the Manjaris.
जल विहार
Also playing in the water of the Radha Kunda, many kinds of pastimes. They are swimming.
कहाँ पर
All these leelas they took place where?
राधा कुंड
In the Radha Kunda.
इसलिए कहते हैं ललित और रदिदत्त राधा कुंड के स्मरण करो अर्थात
So remember the Radha Kunda.
युगल की चरण कमल में ललित रोति प्रदान करने वाली राधा कुंड का स्मरण करो।
One should remember, page 95,
ये बता
number 5. One should remember that Shri Radha Kunda bestows ecstatic love for the lotus feet of Shri Radha Krishna Jugal. So in the Radha Kunda, only the Swapaksha gopis they can come there. Even Vipaksha and Chandravali they don't have eligibility to enter the Radha Kunda. Our acharyas they have described
में जो लीला
those leelas that take place on the banks of the Radha Kunda,
जल में जो विलास आदि है चंद्रावली आदि सुखी की भी
Chandravali and her Sakis don't have any qualification to come there. Jogamaya completely stops them and don't allow them to come.
वर्णन होते जा रहे हैं।
Doesn't allow them to come inside.
ये राधा कुंड की महिमा क्या वर्णन करे?
So what can I say about the glories of Radha Kunda?
सा मदिसा कृष्ण
Page 95, this look in the middle, glorifying Radha Kunda. Manashiksha.
तंग चेत प्रियात
Vilap Kusumanjali 98.
तयो तयोरिवो तयोरितिमा हा दर्शनात् कृपया मम जीवितं त्वाम विलाप कुसुमांजलि ग्रंथ विलास
So this is a book from, this is a shloka from the Vilap Kusumanjali,
गोस्वामी
in which Shri Raghunath Das Goswami,
स्तुति कर
he is praying to Radha Kunda. Oh Shri Radha Kunda,
हमारे तिर पर मेरी
my Swamini Shri Radhika always enjoys amorous, sportive pastimes with her beloved Shri Krishna along your banks.
तुम उन आधा
You are more precious to them than life itself.
कृपा
Therefore, kindly grant me darshan this very day of Shri Radhika, who is the life of my life.
साक्षात
So Radha Kunda is directly
प्रेम में
Shrimati Radhika in a melted form, like the melted form of the love of Shrimati Radhika manifesting in the form of a lake.
ये बात सत्य है
This is true.
सर्वोत्तम जो प्रेम की
The highest love,
सार
essence of the highest love,
राधनी शक्ति सर्पणी श्रीमती राधिका वही वही राधा कुंड के रूप में प्रकाशित
she manifests in the form of the Radha Kunda.
राधा महिमा महापुरुष स्वयं का
Mahaprabhu himself said,
राधा कुंड की महिमा क्या है
the glories of the Radha Kunda are actually the glories of Srimati Radhika herself.
अभिन्न राधा जी
Because Radha Kunda is no different from Srimati Radhika. And who is Srimati Radhika?
कृष्ण प्रेम में
She is directly
की घन मूर्ति मान
personification of the melted form of Krishna Prem.
है। राधा कुंड की उत्पत्ति
So this is the Radha Kunda. So the origin of the Radha Kunda, the pastimes in the Radha Kunda, Shastra explains, but time is short. So I just do pranam to all these pastimes. I will continue.
श्लोक में हम प्रवेश करते
So let's enter the 10th shloka of the Manashiksha, page 97, Manashiksha, English.
हैं। दसम श्लोक में
Verse 10, Manashiksha.
प्रतिंग गौरी लीले उपि तपति सौंदर्य गिरोनै सची लक्ष्मी सत्ता परिभवति सौभाग्य बलनै वसी वसी करी चंद्रावरी मुख नवीन नवीन ब्रजवान नवीन ब्रजसती विपत्राद्दा त्वां हरिदयितं राधा भज मनः रतिं गौरीलीलोपि तपति सौंदर्य किरणै सची लक्ष्मी सत्ता परिभवति सौभाग्य बलनै वसीकर करिश्च चंद्रावली मुखर नवीन ब्रज सती हिपत्याद्दा वां रतिदयित राधा भज मनः सर्वशक्ति का आश्रय ग्रहण
Translation. Without taking shelter of the Lord's internal potency, Swarupa Shakti, one can never obtain the fullest aspect of the absolute truth, Shri Krishna, who is the possessor of that potency. Therefore, the following statement is expressed. O mind, give up attachment for all others and just worship the most beloved of Shri Krishna, Srimati Radhika.
एकमात्र राधा जी की भजन करो
Only worship Srimati Radhika, who inflames Rati, Gauri and Leela by the effulgent rays of her beauty,
करती रहती है जो अपने
who vanquishes Sri Shachi, Sri Lakshmi and Sri Satyabhama by the profusion of her good fortune,
एवं
and who dissipates the pride of the chaste young girls of Raj, headed by Shri Chandravali, by her ability to bring Shri Krishna under her control. This Srimati Radhika is the most beloved of Shri Krishna.
श्रील रघुनाथ दास गोस्वामी
Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, in this verse,
राधा जी के अद्भुत गुणाम
he's
जो है
describing the amazing glories of Srimati Radhika, qualities of Srimati Radhika, amazing qualities.
बहुत सुंदर
It's so beautiful.
भाव माधुर्य
The bhavas, madhuryas, this like mellows and moods that slowly Raghunatha Das Goswami is
पटल को जो है
showing from his heart, manifesting from his heart this in this book.
श्री राधा जी के अद्भुत गुण समूह की श्री रूप गोस्वामी पाद भी वर्णन करते
98, number 1. In his Sri Jalani Lamani, in the chapter entitled Sri Radha Prakarana, Rupa Goswami has described the 25 principal qualities of Srimati Radhika.
हैं अपांग उज्जवल है उज्जवल स्मिता चारु सौभाग्य रेखाढ्य गंधोदमादिता माधवा संगीत प्रभा विभिज्ञ ब्रह्मांग वांग नर्म पंडिता है विनीता पूर्ण पूर्णा विदग्धा पाट्रा वर्णिता लज्जाशुरा सुमर्यादा धैर्य गंभीर गंभीर्यशालिनी सुविलासा महाभाव परम उत्कर्ष दर्शिनी बकुल प्रेम सती सती जगत श्रेणी रसद जसा गुणार्पिता गुण स्नेह सखी प्रणयिततावशा कृष्ण प्रिया बलि कृष्ण प्रिया अबल मुखा संतता श्रवणं केशवा मौनांगे गुणस्तस्सा संमुखा हरे उज्जवल मुनि ग्रंथ में राधा जी के जो
So in this verse of Ujjwani Lamani,
इसी से जो है गुणावली
we see the 25 qualities,
वर्णन
principal qualities of Srimati Radhika.
और वृंदावन
I shall now describe the principal qualities of Vrindavaneshwari Srimati Radhika. Page 99, verse 10, Manashiksha.
वे मधुरा
1. Madhura, she's charming.
का
2nd. Navavaya, she is eternally situated in the middle of blooming youth.
उज्जवल
Chalapanga, she casts sidelong glances from her restless eyes.
सुंदर सौभाग्य रेखा जो
Ujjala Smita, she smiles
कुंद से माधव
radiantly and sweetly.
इसलिए उनके नाम है माधव
Number 6. The fragrance of her body drives Shri Krishna mad. That's why her name is also called Madhav Gadam Madita.
समस्त संगीत विद्या में
7. Sangita Parasarabhigya. She's expert in the art of singing and music. 8. Ramya Bhak. Her speech is charming.
के द्वारा सबके आकर्षित
With her speech,
पंडिता
she attracts everyone.
अत्यंत
9. Narma Pandita means she's quick-witted and accomplished in the use of joking words.
अर्थात हास परिहास में कुशलता है नॉर्म पंडिता माने हास परिहास में
Narma Pandita means she's quick-witted
अत्यंत दीनहीन विनीत
and accomplished in the use of joking words.
सबके प्रति
10th, Binita. She's modest. 11, Karuna Purna. She's merciful. 12, Vidagda.
इनकी चातुर्य
She is highly skilled in the 64 arts and in all varieties of emerald sports. 13,
मर्यादा
she's dexterous. 14, she's shy. 15, she never deviates from the path of righteousness.
सुविशाला
16, she's forbearing and tolerant in the face of distress. 17, she's grave. 18, she's always decorated with various types of ornamental gestures of the body, such as Hav, Bhav, and Hela. Various feminine gestures that entice the beloved.
कुल प्रेम की आश्रयस्थली निखिल ब्रह्मांड में सुरास
As well as smiling, horripilation, and variations of the voice, which are indicative of her ecstatic moods in relation to Shri Krishna.
और सखी वृंद के प्रणय की वशीभूता कृष्ण प्रिया के प्रधाना और केशव के सदा सर्वदा
19. She is extremely eager to display the highest manifestation of Mahabhav. She is the object of love for all the residents of Gokula.
इनके भी असंख्य गुण समूह है
So she has many qualities just like Krishna. Her fame is spread throughout the entire universe. She's the recipient of great affection from her elders. She's controlled by the love of her Sakhis. She's the foremost of all Krishna's lovers. She always keeps Shri Keshav under her control. What more needs to be said? Like Shri Krishna, she's fully endowed with unlimited transcendental qualities.
जब गंधर्वती विश्रुता हे महाभाव स्वरूपा है उनकी समान गुणवती दूसरी कोई भी नहीं है
Between Shri Radha and Shri Chandravari, this verse in the middle, page 100,
उपनिषद में
Shri Radha is superior in all respects. She is the embodiment of Mahabhav. No one can compare with her in the possession of transcendental qualities. So Srimati Radhika is called Gandharvika. Why?
अत्यंत सुंदर स्वर से गानों के द्वारा कीर्तन आदि के द्वारा
Because he sings with beautiful voice.
आदि के द्वारा सबकी मुखरित
And in this way she gives bliss to everyone because of her singing. And
विकास
that's why her name is Gandharvika.
इसलिए कहते हैं गोपालो तापनी
Page 100, bottom paragraph. In the Gopalo Tapani, she is therefore
गांधर्व
celebrated by the name Gandharva.
ऋग परिशिष्ट
In the supplement to the Rig Veda, her name has been mentioned together with Shri Madhava. This is expressed in the following words: Radhaya Madhava Devo Madhayaneva Radhika. Madhava is always with Srimati Radhika and she is always with him. They always remain together and they are never separated from one another.
हैं
Therefore, Shri Devarishi Narada has described her glories in the Padma Purana.
जहाँ जहाँ पर राधा जी विराजमान है
Just as Srimati, page 101, top. Just as Srimati Radhika is most dear to Shri Krishna, her pond Shri Radhakunda is equally dear to him.
माधव
Amongst all the beloved gopis, none are as dear as Srimati Radhika. So Radha Madhava, they are special,
इसलिए पद्म पुराण में
glorious, especially glorious.
हैं? यथा राधा प्रिया विष्णुर तस्य पुण्यं प्रियं तथा
Page 101, first sloka on the top, page 101.
ह्लादिनीजा महाशक्ति
Second verse.
सर्वशक्ति वरीयसी तस्मात् सार्वभावरूपयम् इति तन्त्रे प्रतिष्ठितः यथा राधा प्रिया विष्णुर्तस्य कुंडम प्रियम तथा श्रीमती राधिका जिस प्रकार कृष्ण की सर्वाधिक
Just as Srimati Radhika is most dear to Shri Krishna, her pond, Shri Radhakunda, is equally dear to him.
उतना ही प्रिय है अर्थात श्रीमती राधिका और राधा कुंड में कोई अंतर
There is no difference between Srimati Radhika and her Kunda.
सारे प्यारे गुप्त
Amongst all the beloved gopis, none are as dear as Srimati Radhika.
वल्लभा है अत्यंत प्रिय। नव गुरुजना गौरी प्रबंधी वरम वरम मणिस्तवक स्तवक विद्युत विद्युति
The supreme potency known as Hladini is superior to all the other potencies of Shri Krishna.
राधा जी की सौंदर्य भरी महिमा वर्णन हो रहा है जिस करके
So this sloka beautiful describes the glory of Srimati Radhika
अंत में श्रील रूप गोस्वामी पाद में
from the Stavamala Chatupushpanjali.
परमेश्वरी मैं आपकी वंदना करता हूँ
Hey Vrindavaneshwari, I am praying to you.
आपकी गौरांगी है
You are Gaurangi
कमल की तरह आपके नील वस्त्र है आपके लोम
and your clothes are blue.
भाग में मणि रत्नों से रचित कवरी बद्ध फणावली काली नागिनी जैसे प्रतीत होती है इस समस्त राधा जी के सुंदर रूप माधुर्य आदि
So the beautiful form and qualities of Srimati Radhika is described here. Page 101, verse 1.
राधा जी के
Vrindavaneshwari,
काले घुंघरे वाले केसों की सुशोभित हो रहे
like the beautiful black hair of Srimati Radhika. I offer prayers unto you. Your golden complexion is like fresh gorochan. Your sari is the color of a beautiful blue lotus. And the upper part of your long braided hair is studded with jewels, making it appear like the hood of a black serpent.
राधा जी की नासिका के अग्रभाग में उत्कृष्ट मुक्ता सुशोभित है प्रफुल्लित होते रहते हैं जिनके तिल कुसुम के जैसे आपकी प्रफुल्लित नासिका है कितने सुंदर राधा जी की दंत रास
So-
दंत भक्ति भी है
The teeth of Srimati Radhika glitter. Page 102, verse 4. And your rows of teeth glitter like sparkling with jasmine buds.
है,
And the gums of Srimati Radhika are reddish and
है, वर्णन होती है रत्न
your lips are like deep red banduka flowers.
कोरियों की आपके
Shloka 5, page 102.
आपका चिबुक
Jewel-studded stamens of golden lotus flowers decorate your ears. Your chin is decorated with a dot of musk. And you wear a necklace bedecked with jewels.
सुंदर आपके दोनों भुजाएं हैं।
Your beautiful arms, which are like lotus stems, are adorned with armlets. And on your wrists are bracelets composed of blue sapphires that jingle sweetly as you move.
उनकी भुजाओं के द्वारा
So Krishna himself,
आलिंगन करते हैं।
he embraces Srimati Radhika with his long arms. This katha is very beautiful.
हमारे आचार्य पाद लिखते हैं
Our acharyas, they write that
समस्त सखी
in the Rasa Stali, when all the gopis are present in the Rasa Stali, the Rasa dance,
गर्व से
all the gopis, they are so proud. And they are saying, I am the most pretty, I am the most beautiful. All of them, they think they are the best, each of them.
उसे रासस्थली में कहने लगे क्या कहने लगे
So the Sakis, they say, I am the
सुंदरी
most beautiful of all.
तो आदि निर्णय कौन देगा
So who will judge, decide who is the most beautiful?
ये मैं परीक्षा
Krishna says, okay, I will test. I will judge who is the most beautiful, most pretty, most gorgeous. Then Krishna says, my hand is just like
कर्ण की जो है नापने वाले कितने कैरेट सना है
like a kind of stone that can measure how many carats are in this gold.
बता देता हूँ
Like I'll tell.
मैं ही जो है
Krishna is saying, I
मैं लूंगा
will judge who is more beautiful.
रासस्थली में जितने भी गोपियां हैं
So all the gopis of this rasa,
क्योंकि गोपियों में सर्वश्रेष्ठ
the best is who?
है
Who is the best?
जिस प्रकार स्वर्णकार
Just like a goldsmith,
गोल्डस्मिथ शुद्ध सोना को
how the goldsmith know
एक रहा था, क्या बोलता है?
which gold is pure? How does he know? The goldsmith. He has one kind of what is the name?
हैं? जो सोने कसौटी,
Kasoti is one kind of
शुद्ध सोना को
I think is one kind of stone that you risk
जानने के लिए कसौटी रहता है, काला ऐसे
on the gold. It's like one black stone.
रहता है।
The name is Kasoti. I don't know another like English or Portuguese name for this. Kasoti is one black stone that if you risk on the gold,
चोरी कर लेते हैं,
then you can know if that gold is pure or not.
सोना भी चोरी कर लेते हैं, हैं? इसलिए शास्त्र में
And the goldsmith also he
जो बिजनेस करते हैं ना,
steals something. That's why Shastra explains you should never eat from the hands of someone who sells gold.
पत्नी के हो, अपने बेटी के सोने भी मिल जाए, उससे भी वो
Because even if his son or a wife gets some gold, the goldsmith will even steal from his own family.
चलो आगे
Like he'll cheat when he will say that the gold is pure, not actually he's cheating because he wants to.
क्या कहा जाता है, मैंने सोने के जो बिजनेस करते हैं,
So those who are doing goldsmith business, they are thieves.
किसी न किसी प्रकार से
Because somehow or another they always cheat something.
भाग वो
They will take steal a part of your gold without you noticing it. Sometimes I tell a story about the goldsmith.
हैं? एक राजा ने क्या की,
A king once,
एक सुनार के बोली,
he told to a goldsmith,
खांटी जो है माने प्योर सोने के द्वारा
I want you to make
तुम एक मूर्ति बना दो,
a murti with pure gold, one deity. The deity of my father, please make it with pure gold. Okay.
दूसरे कहने बोले महाराज ये तो सोना चोरी कर लेते हैं,
Somebody told, oh, he steals gold. He steals gold? Yes. Somebody told the king.
सोना चोरी करते सब,
Told the king. And then the king was like,
मैं 10% कोई बोलता
how much money can you, how much gold can you steal from me? Oh, I can steal 10% or 20%.
सोना आज मुझे दोगे,
Like
उससे मैं
from all the gold that you give me,
सोना मैं चोरी,
I will steal a part of your gold. Like because the king would give some gold for the deity, right?
सोनार बोले
So
सोना चोरी कर सकते हो, बताओ
so the king was asking the many different goldsmiths how much gold they could steal. Because the king told, I heard that all the goldsmiths they are stealing the money, the gold. Somehow they are stealing the gold that they are giving to, they steal. Then this one goldsmith said, I will steal 100% of the gold you give me. How come? How can you do that? Yeah, I'll steal 100% of your gold. The king said, how possible? Eh, Maharaj, hire me and then you see.
अच्छी बात,
Okay.
तुम यदि मेरा पूरा
So if you steal 100% of the gold I give you, the king told, then I'll give you in reward many gifts and precious things. Okay. So the king,
पिताजी के सोने के मूर्ति बनाने के लिए
he hired this goldsmith
बुलाया,
to
दरबार में बुलाया,
hire this goldsmith to come to the assembly
बाहर से कोई व्यक्ति पूछ ना सके,
to build that deity made of gold from his father. The deity of the father of the king should be made in gold. And there were guards.
कितने दिन लगे,
There were guards guarding the goldsmith in the kingdom, in the assembly, so as for him not to steal. How long time it will take you to like crave this deity? 1 month, he told. Okay, for 1 month.
और जाने के समय हमारे पास कुछ अच्छी तरह
So he was craving the deity in the palace, right? The goldsmith. But every day he had to come back to his house, back and forth. But on the way he was always checked to see if he was not carrying any gold on his body or anything.
इधर से जो है राजा के लोग उस सुनार को परीक्षा आदि करने लगे, हर रोज जाने लगे, हैं? अच्छा 29 दिन हो गया,
Okay, so now it was the day 29 of the craving of the deity. So the goldsmith told, okay, Maharaj, I've done the deity of your father. It's done. It's finished.
काल 30 दिन है,
Okay, tomorrow is the 30th day. So tomorrow I'll show you the deity.
मैं शोधन करूंगा केवल,
But
क्या करना है,
first I have to like clean the deity or purify the deity.
बोले क्या चाहिए,
King said, okay, what do you need?
बोले दूध चाहिए,
I need milk
दही चाहिए,
and yogurt.
दही कैसे, मैंने शुद्ध शुद्ध दही, दूध दही चाहिए,
I-
नहीं अभी दूध दही दूध लेकर के आइए,
I need pure milk for that.
दूसरे दिन प्रातः काल में
So the next day early in the morning,
राजा ने ठीक किया, अच्छा ठीक है,
the king said, okay,
कितना दूध चाहिए,
how much milk do you need?
1 दूध चाहिए, मैंने 40
40 liters. 1 man. Man is a measurement, means 40 liters. Milk.
लिया,
Okay, so they brought the milk.
ये किया, शोधन किया,
So he cleaned the deity with the milk.
दूध लिया, दूध में है ये खांटी सोना है कि नहीं है, मैं चोरी किया कि नहीं किया, आप देखो ये खांटी सोना है कि नहीं है।
So the goldsmith told the king,
राजा ने दूसरे
okay, check if it's proper gold or it's is a fake gold, like a fake gold, and see if I stole you or not. Then, if I have stolen you or not. Then the king called another goldsmith to check the quality of that gold from the deity, and
हम लोग ललिताबाद देवी के बारे में, राजा ने दूसरे सुनार को बुलाया, बुला करके बोले देखो तो ये है खांडी सोना किसको कहते हैं, 24 का खांडी सोना का
so
महाराज इसमें ये भी सोना भी नहीं है सब।
so the another goldsmith told the king, there's not even 24 carats. This is completely fake gold.
मैंने तो नहीं दिया,
Then the goldsmith explained how he stole. Okay, every day you were checking me
किया,
to see if I was stealing, right?
आने जाने के समय हम अच्छी तरफ से चेक किया,
I was always being checked. So how did I steal?
वो सुनार बोले
And
महाराज
so the king wanted to know. So the goldsmith told, I tell you, Maharaj, how I stole.
ये सोना जो सोने के जो यहाँ पर बना है वो बना है,
So yes, I did that deity with gold here. Yes,
हर में मैं ये
But
नकली सोना के द्वारा
at the same time, I also made one fake gold deity in my house. Your father deity, but in fake gold, I built in my house. That time,
मेरा ही व्यक्ति था,
that person who brought the milk,
वही नकली सोना जो मैं घर में बनाया रात को,
the person who brought the milk, actually he was working for me.
और फिर क्या की
So
समय है वो हो गया, दूध शोधन हो गया,
So inside that pot that he brought the 40 liters of milk, it was the fake deity
चीज आपको बनाया
of fake golds,
खाया, और
and we switched.
पिताजी के असली सोना जो है वो पुनः मैं दूध में डाल दिया,
We switched the deities.
वापिस ले जाओ, कोई जरूरत
So you said, okay, don't need more milk and take away, but actually that person with the milk, he was working for me. Do you understand? So I exchanged the deities, the fake for the original for the fake. So the goldsmiths, they are very clever.
नहीं, चोरी कर ले।
So they stole all the gold of the king.
तो उसी प्रकार जब कथा में हम जो कथा प्रसंग जो बोल रहे हैं, ये कदा हम रासोत्सव, कब ऐसे रासोत्सव में समस्त सखियां अत्यंत उन्मत्त होकर के
So in the Rasa Leela, the gopis are so exalted, happy, and they are proud, and they say, "Oh Krishna, I'm the most beautiful Gaurangi,
सुंदरी हूँ,
like I'm the most beautiful of all. No gopi can be more beautiful than me and better than me." Then Krishna says,
सबसे सुंदरी
"Okay, who is the most beautiful gopi? I'll decide." Krishna says, "I will judge. How?
ना मैं अपने सुंदर भुजाओं के द्वारा
With my arms."
छोटी रूप में भुजा जो है, अर्थात सोने के शुद्ध सोने के नापने वाले है, जो शुद्ध कसौटी जो है वो मेरा हाथ है,
My arm is like this kasuti, is like this kind of stone that checks which gold is pure gold. So I will lift one of you, each of one of you, and I will like rub you, and then I will decide who is the proper like gold, who is your, which one of you is the best.
हाथों के द्वारा
So Krishna with his arms, he was lifting one by one all the gopis,
आया,
taking them by the breast
अंत में
and lifting them up.
कृष्ण
In the end, Krishna told, okay, the best, who is she?
श्रीमती
Srimati Radhika.
रानी की
Jai Sri Radhe.
इस प्रकार हमारे आचार्य पाद ने
So Acharyas, they, with beautiful verses, they
वर्णन किया,
describe all this.
राधा की अनेकों लीला है, इस
There are many leelas of Srimati Radhika.
कथा जो यहाँ पर भी वर्णन कर रहे हैं,
All these leelas are described here.
समय हो गया, चलो
Time's up. No, 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock now.
शिल रूप गोस्वामी पाद राधा की अनेकों लीला कथा
Rupa Goswami has described many leelas of Srimati Radhika.
रघुनाथ दास उनको स्तव स्तुति में विलाप पुष्पांजलि स्तुति में भी
So other praise of Vilap Kusumanjali.
निकट कैसे प्रार्थना करें
Praying to Srimati Radhika.
सिंधुमय कथंचित कालति गंगेर संप्राहि तंचेत कृपामयि विधस्स नैव किंग में प्राणैर्गजेन च परोरुपकारिणा
Page 106, 106, Manashiksha. This last sloka, Vilap Kusumanjali number 102.
कीलो संप्रतंगी श्री रघुनाथ दास गोस्वामी
Srila Raghunath Das Goswami is telling in this verse,
कैसे एक एक विलाप रूपी
Srimati Radhika,
अंजलि भर कर
actually Raghunath Das is offering his flowers of his moods to Srimati Radhika. Oh,
भी जिनकी चरण कमल के
first, Praneshwari Sri Radhika. Sri Lakshmi Devi is unable to obtain even a drop of the beauty that radiates from the tips of the toenails of your lotus feet. If you do not grant me the eyes to behold your splendorous form, qualities and pastimes, then of what use to me is this miserable life which blazes in a raging conflagration of anguish?
बरोरू माने समझते हो
Oh, Varuru. You know what is Varuru?
बरो उरु बरोरू
Vara Uru Varuru. Girl with beautiful thighs.
बरोरू शब्द कहते हैं बर माने श्रेष्ठ
Vara means best. Uru means thighs.
तो सुंदर है कहते हैं, हे बरो
Girl with beautiful thighs. It's called Varuru. She is called Varuru.
मैंने
It is decidedly only with the hope
आदि के दर्शन
of obtaining the nectarian ocean of servants unto you and the vision of your transcendental pastimes that I have been able to maintain my life thus far with severe difficulty.
अब भी यदि
But if you are not merciful unto me, even now, then of what use to me is this life, residence in Vrajadham, or even Shri Krishna himself?
श्री कृष्ण से भी मुझे कोई प्रयोजन नहीं है
I don't want Krishna if it's not with you.
है? ये प्रार्थना रघुनाथ के समय ऐसे बुरा वैराग्य
So Raghunath Das Goswami is
हृदय ही
performing bhajan with so much renunciation, and Krishna's heart melted
वैराग्य
when he saw Raghunath Das Goswami's austerity.
रघुनाथ गोस्वामी के वैराग्य कैसे है?
The renunciation of Raghunath Das Goswami is just like an
रघुनाथ देने से बा- जैसे जैसे कभी
indelible, how in English, something you cannot erase, something you cannot delete, line on the stone. This is the
नहीं है
renunciation of Raghunath Das Goswami is just like a line on a stone that will never be erased. This there is how is the renunciation of Raghunath Das Goswami.
कृष्ण की वैराग्य की तुलना करें ऐसे रघुनाथ दास उसके वैराग्य देख करके स्वयं कृष्ण के हृदय द्रवीभूत हो गए स्वयं कृष्ण आकर के कहने रघुनाथ तुम्हारे वैराग्य देख करके मेरा हृदय द्रवीभूत हो गया मैं तुमको कृपा करता हूँ मेरे कृपा ग्रहण करो
So Krishna comes to Raghunath Das Goswami and says, "Oh,
हे बकार
I want to give you mercy." Then Raghunath Das Goswami tells Krishna, "Oh, you who killed Bakasur,
नचो बरोरु
Baroru,
बकारपि
Bakarunapi." Krishna, you who have killed Bakasur.
हमें पर कृपा नहीं करे
If Srimati Radhika won't give me mercy, then I don't want your mercy.
कृष्ण कृपा की अत्यंत तुच्छ मान ले तात्पर्य क्या है ना राधा जी की कृपा प्रार्थना करें है सुनाई नहीं दे रहे क्यों सुनाई नहीं दे
Can't you hear? Why not?
रहे यहाँ पर यही प्रार्थना कर रहे हैं जे राधा जी की साक्षात दर्शन है, प्राप्ति करने के लिए किस प्रकार दीनहीन निष्कपट दीनता लालसा है और अनन्य तन्मयता से ही प्राप्त होता है सिद्ध होता है सौभाग्यवश अब भगवान जब भक्ति के अहितु की कृपा से यदि किसी व्यक्ति की ब्रजधाम में गति उदित हो जाए तो उसे रागानुग गुरुदेव से अपना संबंध जानकर अपने योग्य सेवा साधन के लिए
I think Gurudev is reading this last paragraph,
स्वरूप
page 106 107.
पदार्थ कर
If a person is greatly fortunate, ecstatic love that is steeped in the mood of Raj may be awakened in him by the causeless mercy of Bhagavan or his devotee. What did I say? At that time, one comes to know of his eternal constitutional identity form from a Raganuga Guru.
प्राप्ति होगा पहले
So, by the mercy of Guru, first of all, you will attain Sambandha.
ज्ञान होगा। इसलिए गुरुदेव की आहितु की कृपा से अपने
So, by the causeless mercy of Gurudev, you can know
अपने जोगों से
Sambandha Gyan, knowledge of relationship.
गुरुदेव की स्वरूप तत्व मंजूरी पदाश्रय कर भजन साधन में ही भूल जाना चाहिए। पहले तो अनर्थ निवृत्ति हो,
So, first Anata Nivriti.
हृदय में काम क्रोध आदि दूरीभूत
Good
नहीं
to
होने
see
पर ये मंजरी भाव
So, if your heart is not free from lust and anger, you won't be able to attain the service in Manjari Bhav.
प्रेम निर्मल भास्कर काम अंधतम
Prem is like the blazing sun, and Kama is like the darkness.
साथ में नहीं रह सकते
Love and lust can never stay together, just like the light and the darkness cannot remain together.
और रजनी
Rabi
रात एक साथ में नहीं रह सकते
and like the sun and night, like the day and night, they cannot exist together. So
क्या करना पड़ेगा
we have to free and give up this minjan love or lust. If you haven't given up lust and anger, how can you listen Manjari Bhava? Nothing.
इसलिए यहाँ पर भी हमारे भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर सप्तम गोस्वामी भक्ति विनोद
So here Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he's explaining.
हृदय को निर्मल करे
First you have to purify your heart. Make your heart very neat and clean.
समस्त प्रकार की जो है काम क्रोध
You have to remove all the lust and anger from your heart, everything.
भजन साधन करते करते इन्हीं की कृपा होने
Equipped with this understanding and being desirous of taking up appropriate service and sadhan, the spiritual aspirant should first take shelter of the lotus feet of such a spiritual master, perceiving him in his eternal spiritual form as a manjari. He should then engage in bhajan and sadhan with heart and soul. So by the mercy of Gurudeva, we can attain manjari bhav, and slowly, these will appear in our hearts. Manjari bhav.
पुनः सखी की परिचर्या करते करते उनकी कृपा
So he should then engage in bhajan and sadhana with heart and soul. By continuous practice of sadhana and bhajana, he will obtain the service of one of the Sakhis of Radha by the mercy of his Manjari Guru.
आर कवे निताई चांदी पुण्य
By continued service unto that Sakhi and by receiving her mercy, one will obtain the direct darshan of Vrindavaneshwari Shri Radha.
हुई भी मोर नॉर्मस
Finally, by her mercy, one will be able to serve the divine couple in their transcendental pastimes. Narottam Das Thakur sings, when my Gurudev will take me by the hand,
मंजरी
and my Gurudev will bring me near Rupa Manjari.
फिर रूप मंजरी क्या करे राधा जी की सेवा प्रदान करे फिर इन रूपानुगो
Then Rupa Manjari, she will give me the service. So serving under the guidance of Rupa Manjari.
देव के कृपा के
So by the mercy of my Gurudeva,
यह समस्त भाव हृदय में
all these bhavas, they may appear in the heart.
इसलिए पुनः सखी की परिचर्या करते करते उनकी कृपा से वृंदावनेश्वरी
So by continued service unto that Sakhi and by receiving her mercy, one will obtain the direct darshan of Vrindavaneshwari Srimati Radhika.
फिर उनकी
Finally, by her mercy, one will be able to serve the divine couple in their transcendental pastimes.
पूज्य निकटतम
All this can be accomplished only by unpretentious humility, intense hankering, and one-pointed focus on the goal.
अनन्यमयता से ही सिद्ध होता है तन्मय होना पड़ेगा ना है जिस दिन संसार के समस्त वस्तु का हम त्याग दे करके एकमात्र अनन्य हो
So when we are one-pointed and only
समस्त वस्तु का हम त्याग दे करके
giving up everything,
समस्त वस्तु का हम त्याग दे करके एकमात्र अनन्य
Hindi connection has like frozen. So I don't know.
समस्त वस्तु का हम त्याग दे करके एकमात्र अनन्य हो समस्त वस्तु का हम
Let me just wait a moment.
वस्तु का हम त्याग दे करके एकमात्र अनन्य होकर के तन्मय होकर के
Okay, while this doesn't come back, I just want to make some correction of today morning class. Gurudev, in today morning class in Delhi, Gurudev was telling about the being the slave of Maya, how the jivas are the slaves of Maya, and Gurudev gave an example about the women. Sometimes some women, they are misled by some people, and they end up having to work in the whorehouses, like a brothel, and have to work.
की वासना रहेगा
They have to work like a slaves.
हैं? तनिक भी गंध भी रह जाए तब तक ये मंजरी सेवा की यही तो बता रहे हैं क्योंकि दुर्लभ वस्तु है मंजरी जन्म केवल
Okay, sorry, coming back.
श्रवण कर लिया।
So,
मैंने उनकी कथा श्रवण की
if we just listen about them, you're already so fortunate. If you only listen about the manjaris and all this love,
जन्म जन्म तक लग जाता है
this actually takes life after life, to attain this.
पीएचडी करने के लिए
For example, for you to do one PhD
डॉक्टर बनने के लिए
or to become a doctor,
साल तक उसके
you have to spend so many years just studying, isn't it? To become a doctor,
मैजिस्ट्रेट बनना पड़ता
or to become a magistrate, a judge, to get a high position, you have to do so much in your life for that, isn't it? Renunciation, you have to study a lot.
है वो जानी कितने
Then, after many years, then you will
विश्वविद्यालय से यूनिवर्सिटी से वो डिग्री प्राप्त
get the degree in the university.
भी उसकी भी नहीं काम होती उसे कुछ साल समय
And even after the degree, you also have to study more
प्रैक्टिस करना पड़ता
to practice and so many things.
है किसके जो है उच्च
And then
अंडर में
you have to work with those who are already doing. Like, for example, 2-3 years, you have to work with another lawyer, very high lawyer. Like, you have to you practice with them
फिर जाकर
or another doctor. Then
कर सकते
you can do yourself that job, that position. So you came just for the last 2 days and you think it's easy
थोड़ी होता है
and you'll get it.
कि नहीं भक्ति सिद्धांत प्रभुपाद ने
But Siddhanta Prabhupada, he gave the example, Kichori Pakhar,
देखो वो कटहल
like the jackfruit.
जो
The jackfruit, the jackfruits, that
छोटा सा
fruits.
होता है उसके
When they are very small in the tree, it's called ichor.
होता है 1.5-2 इंच होंगे इतने लंबी होती
When they are like only like 10 or 20 centimeters,
है ये छोड़ कहा जाता है
one
बंगला में इसको क्या कहा जाता है
1.5 2 inches, they are called ichor.
जैकफ्रूट मान लिया जाए
Green jackfruit. In English, you can say green jackfruit. For you to understand, green jackfruit.
उसके अंदर में अभी कुछ नहीं हुआ
They don't have nothing yet inside. Like
कुछ भी नहीं हुआ
the seeds are still not yet, like it's immature fruits.
जी इतना छोटा छोटा निकालते हैं ना
1 or 2 inches of size, they're very small.
देखा
Have you seen a flower of jackfruit? You never even saw. Have you seen the jackfruit flower?
तो उसके अंदर में जो है
So,
बीज आता है
but
किंतु जो एचोड़ होता है
so when it's ichor, the name.
2 इंची 3 इंची
Thanks. When it's unripe jackfruit, there is no fruit inside. The seed is not yet inside. It's not formed.
जो
It's unripe. Then when it ripes, becomes very big. It becomes very big. The jackfruit. Then it becomes very sweet and delicious. Then you can eat. But when it's very small, like 1.5 or 2 inches size, the unripe jackfruit fruits. If you think, oh, I will take it out from the tree. I will take this fruit. But the fruit will never ripen. Actually, it will be rotten. Like if you take it out from the tree before the proper time, and you try to ripen it outside the tree, it won't be possible. Actually, it will go off. It will be rot. It will rot. It will rot. Actually, so if you take this unripe jackfruit out of the tree and try to ripe it forcefully, it will rot. It won't be ripened. So you still haven't controlled lust and anger. You are not ripe in your bhajan. You are not even. You haven't controlled your senses.
वो मंजरी भाव कैसे प्राप्त
And how can you attain Manjari Bhav in that condition?
है और जो ये करने के लिए जाते हैं
And-
उसके कहा जाता है इचोड़
And those who are trying to do that, even though they are in these conditions, they are called ichor something. That is the expression of Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada in Bengali. So they are stupid nonsense people. They are destroying their lives.
तो कोई लूट करके आता
It would be better for them to go to the karma marga. Maybe later they would be able to come back to devotion. Maybe they would be able, even if they went to the Brahma marga, like to become one with Brahma, maybe a devotee also would be able to bring him back. But if they go to these lines, it's very dangerous. Like those who want to meditate in their spiritual form without being right in the proper.
पिताजी के दल में
So sadhus, be careful. Sadhu Saudan, don't go to this Babaji people, Babaji Mataji, this Ichor, something like this green jackfruit example. Otherwise your life will be destroyed. Raghunatha Das Goswami, he's explaining all this to us in the Manashiksha. How to perform bhajan and sadhan, slowly, slowly. How to behave like a sadhu and etc. Read the Parishamrita. Even I'm here for 40 years. And it's so difficult for me. You think you're here for one day and you want to attain Manjari Bhav? Stupid nonsense rascal. It takes many times doing effort, doing bhajan. Say Papi Naraka. Those who give up the Guru and they worship Govinda giving up the Guru. Those who try to attain Manjari Bhav giving up their Guru and go to the Sahajya Sakhi Bekis, they will go to the hell. They go hell. This Loka says. They must go hell. Who can protect them? Who will be able to protect them? So if you commit some offense to Bhagavan, Guru will protect you. But Bhagavan will not protect you. What to speak, you will never get even Manjari Bhav, you will go hell. You will go to hell. So don't go hell. So again and again read Manashiksha, read the Parishamrita. For one life, do sadhan, do bhajan. You didn't even do a sadhan bhajan, and you are trying to get Manjari Bhav, and you're calling others, oh, come to Manjari Bhav, come here, come here. So you're going to hell, and also you're trying to drag others along with you. You are stupid. So don't go near these stupid people. Sadhu, sabdhan. Sadhus, be careful. Like all devotees, be careful. Prabhupada explains, so the person has given up his own guru. This is a great offense. This is a dishonor to guru. You give up your guru. And second point, you are not even ripe in your sadhana bhajan, and you want to meditate in your spiritual form. And so if you are not yet qualified and you are trying to meditate in the Manjari Bhav, it's an offense actually, aparad. So the book Manashiksha is describing all this. So how many shlokas still have left? 2 shlokas. Tomorrow I'll tell more. So the 10th shloka is so beautiful. So we have still left 11th and 12th verse. Tomorrow I'll speak more. Gaur Premanande.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Okay, so I was just 1 second, I'll make some correction in yesterday's translation. Nothing, no big deal. It was just a small a word Gurudeva, when Gurudeva was telling about women being like a slaves in prostitution houses, like brothels. Gurudeva was comparing this to the living entities, slaves of Maya. Gurudev said this is Nari Nirjatan. I even also told this word because this is the word Gurudev used, Nari Nirjatan. And I didn't know exact translation of Nirjatan, so Gurudev told proper translation is sexual harassments, like how the women, they are sexual harassed, and they are being tortured under the torsion of sexual harassment. In the context, this was very clear already, I think, but this is the proper translation of the word. So this was in the morning class today from Delhi. Jai Srila Gurudev ki jai.